The year is 1918. After 4 long years, the guns fall silent across Europe. World War I, the war to end all wars, has finally ended. Millions lie dead, victims of a conflict the likes of which the world had never seen. Empires crumble, their legacy shattered on the battlefields. From the ashes of this devastation, a new world order must emerge. The Allied powers, victorious but weary, gather at Versailles, France, to forge a lasting peace. But the task proves daunting. The wounds of war run deep, and the desire for retribution burns strong. France, scarred by years of trench warfare, demands harsh punishment for Germany, the aggressor. Britain, though victorious, emerges economically drained. Across the Atlantic, the United States, a latecomer to the conflict, favors a more lenient approach. The weight of history rests on the shoulders of these leaders. Their decisions, etched in the language of treaties and accords, will shape the destiny of nations for generations to come. The Treaty of Versailles, signed on June 28, 1919, represents their attempt to bind a broken world. But as the ink dries on the parchment, a chilling truth emerges. This is not a peace treaty, but a prelude to future conflict. The Treaty of Versailles embodies the complexities of peacemaking. Driven by a desire to punish Germany and prevent future aggression, the treaty imposes harsh terms on the defeated nation. Woodrow Wilson, the American president, arrives at Versailles with his 14 points, a blueprint for lasting peace. Central to his vision is the creation of a League of Nations, an international body designed to resolve disputes through diplomacy rather than warfare. However, Wilson's idealism clashes with the harsh realities of European politics. France, led by Prime Minister Georges Clemenceau, demands retribution for the devastation inflicted upon its land and people. Britain, under Prime Minister David Lloyd George, seeks to balance a desire for justice with the need to maintain stability in Europe. Germany, barred from the negotiating table, is forced to accept the terms dictated by the victors. The treaty's provisions leave Germany humiliated and economically crippled. Article 231, the infamous War Guilt Clause, assigns sole blame for the war to Germany and its allies. This clause, a bitter pill for Germany to swallow, becomes a rallying cry for nationalists and fuels resentment towards the treaty and the powers that imposed it. The Treaty of Versailles imposes a heavy burden on Germany. Forced to accept responsibility for a war many Germans believe was a collective failure, they are made to pay for the sins of their leaders. Reparations payments totaling billions of dollars cripple the German economy. The loss of valuable territory, including Alsace-Lorraine to France and the Saar coalfields to international control, further weakens Germany's industrial base. The once mighty German military faces severe restrictions. Limited to a small defensive force, Germany is forbidden from possessing tanks, submarines, or military aircraft. The Rhineland, a strategic region bordering France, is demilitarized, creating a buffer zone intended to prevent future German aggression. These restrictions, intended to ensure French security, also serve to humiliate Germany and sow the seeds of future conflict. The German people, reeling from defeat and burdened by the terms of the treaty, face a future shrouded in uncertainty. The economy lies in ruins, inflation spirals out of control, and unemployment soars. Political extremism takes root in this fertile ground of resentment and despair. The seeds of nationalism sown in the aftermath of defeat find fertile ground in the humiliation of Versailles. Section 4. A flawed peace, the seeds of resentment. The Treaty of Versailles, intended to create a lasting peace, instead sows the seeds of future conflict. The harsh terms imposed on Germany, coupled with the failure to address the underlying causes of World War I, create a climate of resentment and instability in Europe. The League of Nations, Woodrow Wilson's brainchild, proves unable to fulfill its promise of collective security. Weakened by the absence of key powers, including the United States, the League lacks the authority and resources to effectively address the challenges facing a war-torn world. Germany, humiliated and economically crippled, becomes a breeding ground for extremism. The Nazi Party, led by the charismatic but ruthless Adolf Hitler, exploits the widespread discontent with the Treaty of Versailles to gain political power. Hitler's message of national revival and revenge resonates with a population eager to restore Germany to its former glory. The failure of the Treaty of Versailles to create a lasting peace highlights the complexities of international relations. The treaty's punitive measures, while understandable in the aftermath of a devastating war, ultimately contribute to the very conditions that lead to the outbreak of World War II. The lessons of Versailles, learned at such a terrible cost, serve as a stark reminder of the importance of diplomacy, understanding, and a commitment to a just and lasting peace. Section 5. Echoes of Versailles. Lessons learned. The Treaty of Versailles stands as a cautionary tale in the annals of history. Its failures highlight the dangers of a victor's peace, the importance of addressing underlying grievances, and the need for a truly international approach to conflict resolution. The echoes of Versailles resonate through the decades, reminding us of the fragility of peace and the enduring consequences of our actions. The lessons of Versailles continue to shape international relations today. The importance of diplomacy, multilateralism, and a commitment to addressing the root causes of conflict are essential elements in the pursuit of a more peaceful and just world. The Treaty of Versailles, for all its flaws, serves as a constant reminder of the price of failure and the importance of striving for a better future.